Hey, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Let's Learn with Lizzie. Today we are going to study a very sensitive and psychological rich poem written by Robin Klein, Amanda. This poem beautifully captures a child's inner world, especially how constant instructions and restrictions from elders can affect a child emotionally. It is extremely important for board exam preparation because questions often focus on their theme, character analysis, literary devices, parent child relationship. So listen carefully as we go step by step. Before understanding the poem, let us know about the poet. Robert Klein is known for writing about children and adolescents. Her works often reflect emotional struggles of growing children, conflicts between parents and children, importance of imagination in coping with stress. This background helps us understand why Amanda's feelings are portrayed so realistically. Now let us understand the situation presented in the poem. The poem shows a young girl, Amanda, who is constantly instructed don't do this, don't do that, sit properly, complete your homework. These instructions may seem normal, but the poem highlights their psychological impact. Instead of responding openly, Amanda escapes into imagination. This is very common in children when they feel over-controlled, misunderstood, emotionally unheard. So, this poem is not just about discipline, it is about emotional balance. Let us now discuss the central theme of the poem. The poem revolves around the conflict between freedom versus control. Other important themes include childhood innocence, emotional loneliness, power of imagination, generational gap. The poet indirectly advises parents and elders guide your children, but do not suppress their individuality. This is a very important exam takeaway for you all. Notice how the poem is structured. This poem has two alternating voices, adult voice giving instructions, Amanda's inner imaginative voice in parentheses. Parentheses indicate private thoughts, fantasy world, emotional escape of Amanda. This structural contrast is essential for understanding the poem's message. Now let us examine the first stanza closely. The adult says, don't bite nails, don't hunch shoulders, sit straight. These are behavioral corrections. But what does Amanda imagine? She sees herself as a mermaid alone in a beautiful emerald sea. This image symbolizes freedom from control, peaceful solitude, escape from criticism. Students should note imagination becomes her emotional refuge whenever she feels suppressed and over controlled. Now we move on to the second stanza. Here, the instructions relate to responsibilities like finishing homework, tidy room, cleaning shoes. These are everyday expectations, but their constant repetition makes Amanda feel very pressurized. So she imagines herself as an orphan. Now think carefully. Why an orphan? Because an orphan has no authority controlling them and they live independently. This shows how deeply she craves freedom. There is strong irony here. Even loneliness feels preferable to constant control. Very weird. Now, next comes another set of instructions. Adults warn Amanda don't eat chocolate, acne will appear, pay attention while being spoken to. These instructions show concern for health, appearance, and manners. But again, Amanda escapes mentally. She imagines herself as a Rapunzel, living peacefully in a tower. Why Rapunzel? Because tower symbolizes isolation. Isolation means freedom from criticism. Calm, quiet life appeals to Amanda. This reflects her desire for peace. Now let's analyze the concluding stanza. The adult accuses Amanda to stop sulking. You are always moody. Don't act like I nag you always. But students notice Amanda never actually speaks here. Her silence is interpreted as moodiness. This shows emotional misunderstanding. Sometimes children remain quiet not because they are rude, but because they feel unheard. This is a key psychological insight in the poem. Now let's discuss Amanda as a character. Amanda appears sensitive, imaginative, introverted, emotionally overwhelmed. Her imagination is not escapism alone, it is a coping mechanism. She longs for freedom, peace, emotional acceptance. This character analysis is very important for long answers. Let us now examine the poetic devices. First comes the repetition. The word Amanda repeatedly used in the poem that shows nagging tone of the mother. Then comes the imagery. Emerald sea, bare feet on dust, tar life. These create vivid mental pictures for the readers when they read the poem. Then comes the metaphor. Mermaid, orphan, Rapunzel all symbolizes the freedom of escapism. And finally, we are having irony. She seeks freedom even in loneliness. Always mention these devices with examples in exam. Now let's focus on symbolism. Symbols deepen meaning. So the first symbolism used in the poem is mermaid, which represents freedom and solitude. Then she imagines herself as an orphan, which symbolizes the escape from authority. And finally, imagining herself as a Rapunzel in a tower, which represents the peaceful isolation. Symbolism questions are very common in the board exams, so be prepared with the examples given in the poem. Now let's analyze tone and mood of the poem. Adult tone is critical, authoritative, concerned but strict, whereas Amanda's tone is dreamy, reflective, and quietly resistant. The mood of poem is quite emotional, slightly tense, thought-provoking. Understanding tone helps in interpretation answers. Here are some probable exam questions. Students should prepare for questions like why are stanzas given in parentheses? What does mermaid symbolize? Why does Amanda imagine being an orphan? Discuss theme of childhood freedom. Analyze parent-child relationship. Always support answers with textual references from the text. Let us conclude the message. The poet emphasizes excessive control affects children emotionally. Discipline should be balanced with empathy. Communication is essential for the kids. This message is socially relevant even today. So, what have we learned today? This poem teaches us importance of emotional understanding, value of imagination, need for balanced parenting. Amanda represents many children who silently struggle with expectation. Understanding such emotions builds empathy, both as students and future adults. And that's it for today. If you felt like this video was helpful, kindly please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And thank you for watching the video till the end. See you soon in the next video. Bye bye.